This is Broker's Dungeon of the Mad Mage. This was a good mid-range combination with some early aggro from the Ranger's Hawk, the Selfless Paladin, and the Jewel Thief. After that, you can kind of count on the control side of it with the Planar Ally, the Broker's Ascendancy, and even Barian Books. If you didn't get the cards to venture into the dungeon early, you had to kind of counter on the Broker's side of it to really kind of lock down the board and keep it under control. The Broker's Initiate was great for this, and if it was able to last, it turned into a decent attacker later in the game. For Borrowed Time and for the Broker's Charm, you kind of found yourself using that more as a thing to remove troublesome enchantments, because Borrowed Time itself is a troublesome one that is featured in a few of the decks. So being able to remove that same enchantment really did help out. With that said, it was a pretty fun combination, and let's check out some of the gameplay. Against this red-green matchup, I was very cautious in the beginning. As you can see, I was not getting much to venture into the dungeon, and I was even letting some of the damage through just because of the Dragon Spark Reactor. match like this with a control deck versus an aggro deck, I'd like to have more cards in hand than I do at the moment. But the cards that I had did have more value than I felt that the aggro player might have too. It was at this point that I felt like it was only a matter of time now, just because of the control with venturing into the dungeon every turn, and then on top of that having the ascendancy. Really didn't want to aggressively mulligan down to a lower amount of cards. This game got off to a much slower start than I would have liked it to. And as you can see with the spells that the red-black combination has, it was able to take down any defenses that it tried to put up. Against the removal and against the onslaught of creatures and bigger creatures with the evasion on it, there was really no good way to kind of establish a board for me to control in this. Out of a 5-game series, this was my only loss of the 5, and kind of showed really what the weakness of this deck was. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.